Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on this ATC-70 build. So where I left off last time, I was going to route all the wiring, and I did that. It's not too complicated. It's not as bad as it seems. So I went ahead and mounted a few things. This is temporary back here. I think I'm going to put a piece of metal in through there and just rivet it to hold this on there. Got the solenoid mounted on the side of the battery. All the wires are ran. I've already checked it once off camera. See if it had spark. Got spark and it turns over. So that's awesome. Wiring needs tidied up a little bit. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna wait till I get the plastic on there so I can try to hide it better, because I'm not sure how everything's gonna end up sitting on there. This needs cleaned up, obviously. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the air filter on, and so I can figure out how I'm gonna do these wires. I ran this wire from the starter back and around under here. I might pull that out. Seems a little tight now. So we'll just have to play around with it. It's gonna be a little bit of trial and error till I get it right. I wanted to run the wires inside the frame. If I could go back, I probably would have done that, but then you got it coming out all over the place. These wires aren't very long. I didn't want to cut and splice them. So I just went ahead and did it like this, and then I just ran a ground right there, because you got to have one ground to the engine. So I think we'll go ahead and put the air filter on, and then probably put the tank on. Go ahead. I have a new tank for it. I don't know if I showed that in the last video. Sorry, it's a disaster in here. I've got this project's just in the middle. New bubble tank. I like the way these look. A lot of people don't. I do. It's my build, so that's what I went with. Got the adapter to put the bubble tank on here. So we'll go ahead and get the air filter on. I think I showed I got the carburetor on there in the last video. The carburetor on there. Probably run the throttle cable. So that way once we have the tank on there, we don't have to take it off to put that on there. So I'll go ahead and probably put the throttle cable in first. Then we can get all this wiring tidied up. These come with oil in them. I'm going to drain that out. I have some Maxima, I believe, break-in oil I'm going to put in there. Probably run around for a little bit like that to break the motor in. Oh, it's really nice and shiny in there. Break the motor in, and then we will drain that and then put synthetic in there. You want to run a break-in oil in these, and non-synthetic, to break in the motor. So, alrighty, that's where we're at. Okay, so here's the new throttle cable I got for it, just the T-bolt brand one. Go ahead and put this in there. Hopefully it's long enough. I might have to order an extended throttle cable. I am not sure yet. That's interesting. Doesn't have an adjuster on the top. So obviously you want to put that through the top of the, whatever you call this top part of the carburetor, the part that screws on. Put the spring in, hold it with your fingers. You don't want to do that. Oh no. Oh, that was funny. Go ahead and blow this off. Put the throttle cable through the bottom. Like that. It's really surprising that doesn't have an adjustment at the top. All right, so slide this back in there. See if it'll go. There we go. Just tighten that down, just finger tight. Check it. Cool. And I think it's gonna be long enough. Perfect. Well, shoot. Maybe not. To route that a funny way. No. I don't know if that's gonna be long enough. Well, for now, we'll just run it like that. So I bought a new thumb throttle for it since I got new bars, but I think that'll be fine for now. Got a new uni air filter. Just gonna set this on here for now. I will spray this with oil. Feels like it might have a little bit on there. Not much. Yeah, this wiring might have to change a little bit to fit this. That's why I didn't snug any of this down. No, I think that'll work just fine. Just go ahead and slide that on there and then tighten it down. Doesn't need to be, you know, super cranked down. I put that on backwards. That changed, that logo? Is this a fake uni filter? I don't know. It's funny. But it's not on backwards. And that fits, you know, perfect. So, one advantage going with the bubble tank is that you can run this manifold. Here's the... I had bought this manifold because I was originally going with the stock tank. And this obviously drops it way down. But you lose a lot of flow with these, but that's what you have to do if you're going to run the stock tank. So buying that one, running the bubble tank allows you to keep the stock, whatever you call that, intake. So let's go ahead and snug this down. Cool. Now I don't like the way that looks, so that's going to get tucked up this wiring. Alright. Be cool if someone made a kit that obviously didn't come with the electronics, but just a plate you could just rivet right onto your frame. Everything's ready to go. But for the wiring. Okay, air filter's on there, throttle cable's installed. Let's go ahead and put the pedcock into the tank. So the cool thing about buying the new bubble tank is it came with a new pedcock and everything, so everything will be new. And the stock tanks, if you know anything about the ATC-70s, they have 2 valves that come off of them. These ones, only one. So, and I had bought the adapter to be able to run one of these carbs with a single one, but oh well. That doesn't say off and on. Oh no, did I just break it? That would be funny. Okay. That thing's delicate. Be careful if you purchase one of these. Go ahead and take this rubber mount off the bottom of the tank. Man, these do not come with a very good paint job. I don't know if you can tell. And I'm just going to put this finger tight on there because I'm not sure which way this is going to go yet. So we'll just finger tight that on there. Set this on to... Go ahead and set this on the frame now. run this throttle cable how we think we want it to go. Okay. There we go, there's the tank on. A little dusty from being in the barn, but we'll clean it up. Air filter's on. So we'll set this pedcock up once we put fuel in there. Just kind of mount stuff loosely. We might have to clean up the threads on this tank. We'll wait till we get this tightened down to tighten this down so it holds it. Okay, and then we'll just, that's not very far at all to run. And you see, this is why I like the bubble tank. You have plenty of room for all this under here. See, I can even zip tie that to the frame, this wiring for the start, because there's so much room under this thing. I should have put this in there first, but I can pull that off real quick. This, I don't like the way it looks. I'm hoping I can zip tie a lot of this up here and hide it a little better. So if I do another one of these builds, I will make a full video and I'll fine tune the wiring, show you guys how to do it. There's zero instructions, but it's really not that bad. So, all right, I think we'll go ahead and get the seat mounted in the plastics in the back. See how it looks. So I just loosely set these plastics on here for right now. That's gonna rub on there, but that'll be all right. So it does it does hide most of the wiring. You know, I'll zip tie it a little tighter so you can't see it. Can't see that in there. Wow, starting to look pretty sweet. Man, these tires stick out pretty wide. I like it. Need to tighten up the brake. I put the new brake cable in there too. I think I did that off camera. Just kind of ran it through here. So I'll have to run up here, or maybe I'll put it on the other side. But wow, it looks sweet. I'm really liking the way this turned out. I was originally gonna go with a gray color, gray and white, but I couldn't find a color that I wanted of gray to do that. I think that Robin Hood gray would look pretty good with this white, but this is my first build of one of these. So all right, guys, I'll go ahead and oh, I haven't showed you guys the seat I bought for it either yet. Let's go ahead and get that out. Just over here. Oh, there's a sneak peek. There's the motor for this AMT-600. And I got 5 new tires, so that's what's coming up next. Or a big bore on the 50. I haven't decided. I do need to get those tires on that John Deere AMT because I had to use the tractor just to move that thing in here. It's impossible to roll with flat tires. And here's the new seat. Let's see how it's just gonna look. We're just gonna set it. Yeah, I'm glad I went with blue. Wow, that looks good. Seat doesn't match the frame, but I guess I'm just a little picky. I really wanted those two to match, and I was just kind of going off memory, but oh well, that'll be fine for now. This isn't a show bike. I do have a front fender for it too. New grips. Wow, this kind of gives you an idea how it's gonna look. So I think I'm gonna tidy up that wiring, finish installing that pedcock, drain the oil it's shipped with it in there, put the brake-in oil, and then put the shifter on, put the pegs on, and then maybe we'll fire it up. I don't know if I'll exactly do it in that order, but something like that. Man, this thing looks sweet. It's been a lot of work. This has been a journey, but it's almost over with. So we'll go ahead and get these mounted up, wiring tidied up, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, so I got the wiring all done. Looks kind of messy, but it's the best I could come up with. I went ahead and hooked up the rear brakes, put the grips on. That's hard mounted. Throttle's hooked up now. Grips are on, like I said, air filter's on. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and put the tank, rear plastics, and seat on. Then we'll drain this oil out of here, tighten down the pedcock, and put some gas in it and fire it up. All right, everybody. Went ahead and got the tank mounted, fuel line ran. This pedcock moves. I took it off, retightened it, or took it off, looked at it. There's a seal in there. I hope this doesn't leak. I've just never seen a pedcock that moves like that. I got that oil draining out of it that it's shipped with. While it's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and put the seat and the plastic on the front, or the back. Excuse me. I was thinking about the front one. For now, I'm just gonna put the back on, and then we'll go ahead and fire it up. All right, so went ahead and got the seat and rear plastics mounted. This is why you have to go with an electric start motor on these. I guess there's just no way you'd be able to kick it. So let's go ahead and put some oil in it, some gas, and see if it'll start. I bought this new cool thing for doing oil changes. You know how they all say, like most bikes will tell you how much the quantity is right there. So it's 800 milliliters. Fill that up to 800 milliliters, dump that in there. It'll be right to the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and get you guys set up on a tripod. All right, this is the oil I got for the break-in period on this Piranha 140. It's the Maxima break-in 10W30. I would have bought it in 1040, but they don't make it in a 1040. So I went with the 1030. Go ahead, like I just showed, I'm gonna use this cool new thing I got. I think I'll be able to use this without even using a funnel, but we'll see. Get the tape off this. All right. Go and put this in there. This oil's got a lot of zinc and stuff in it, so it's good for breaking in a new motor. This motor's brand new. I'm sure it's been started at the factory, but I've never ran it, so let's go ahead and dump this in there. There you go. Man, hopefully you guys can see that. That thing's awesome. I wish I would have gotten one of these years ago. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add the oil in now. Set this dipstick on this rag. This thing's awesome. Not sponsored at all. I just purchased it with my own money. Makes changing oil in these so much easier. You don't even need to use a funnel or anything. Perfect. All right, so hopefully this pedcock doesn't leak. I don't like the way how it's loose like that, but I guess it is what it is. We'll find out. So go ahead and get some gas in it. I bought this random, it's 4-cycle, it's the non-ethanol VP racing fuel. I think I'll use it on this because it's easier to pour it in there when it's up on this thing. Stuff's expensive though. It's like $15 a quart. I think I'll save this thing though to use when I'm trying to start stuff that's high up like this. All right, first time putting gas in it. Let's see what it's gonna do. So you don't spill it everywhere. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in this. Hold on. So one thing about working in a barn is it gets so dang dusty. Let me blow the top of this thing off. It's got a bunch of dirt and stuff on there. All right, there we go. Let's try this again now. Spilt a little bit on this tank. Well, doesn't look like this thing's leaking yet. Let me climb up there and see if it... I've never looked inside this tank since it was brand new. Yep, it's got fuel. All right, I gotta put the air filter back on. I'd had it off for a second while I was tightening down these plastics. Let me slide this back on real quick. So you know what, I'm gonna spray this with some filter oil real quick. Or actually, let's just start it. All right, I gotta go ahead and put this air filter back on. I had it off when I was tightening up a bolt over here. Man, this has been a long time coming. Well, not too long, couple months, but I've had this 3-wheeler for like 2 years. So it's the first time it's been in this kind of condition. I mean, I basically completely rebuilt the whole thing. The only thing left from the old bike is the frame and the forks and this triple clamp. All right, I'm gonna choke it. Turn the key on. Where did I set the keys? Oh no, right here. I haven't decided where I'm gonna mount the key thing yet. Now we'll just set it in here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over a little bit with no spark to let the oil go through the motor a little bit. All right, that should be good. Maybe it doesn't want choke. We had spark. We getting fuel? Give it a second. Put it on reserve. There we go. I need to adjust that idle a little bit. Sounds pretty good though. I've never ridden one of these with a 140cc motor. Let's give it a little more. Let it idle for a second or two. Exhaust sounds good. Not too loud either. I'm gonna double check the oil. Just thought about that. Turn this gas off. I'm sure it's right where it's supposed to be, but I just thought about that. So I'm walking around, I'm like, yeah, I think it's hot. It's like the new 4 strokes. It's like it's running maybe a little lean. Oh yeah, we're good. Perfect. Right to the top. Alright, well I got one more thing to show you guys before I end this video. This isn't done yet, obviously. Unfortunately, I can't find the bolts for the foot peg, so I can't ride it. Now I really want to ride it after hearing it run. So I bought a full graphics kit for it off of eBay. So that'll come in the next video. We'll put the front fender on, put this on the back. I want to see if this is gonna fit on there. These are aftermarket plastics. Oh yeah, no problem. That'll look good too. Perfect. All right, well, thanks for watching, and there will be a final part. Glad we finally got this thing running. All right, thank you for watching.